Here we go. You are watching DYSE live.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you have arrived. This is DYSE TV.
What up, everybody, man? Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of DDM TV with your big homie Dyson. On your way in the building, man, please hit that like button. Please tap that subscribe button if you're brand new to the channel. Also hit that notification bell so that you can stay notified every time I drop new content. Now, on the chopping block today, once again, we got Mr. Elijio Bishop. Yes, aka Nature Boy, aka all the other names that I do not speak. So we're not gonna do that here. But y'all know I don't necessarily just jump on this dude's head like that or nothing like that. I can care less. But when there's certain situations that got a teachable moment or something like that, you know I'm gonna jump on it. But we got a video here today from the T that we're gonna dice up. I'm not gonna dice up the whole video. We're just gonna dice up a certain part, the part where they're talking about Malia and her son, and how your boy Nature Boy goes in on her like he always does, talking about it's about me and what's gonna happen to me and how you make me look, and this is my life. And not once do he ever say anything about them or what they're going through or how they're embarrassed or anything like that. So we're going to jump into this, man. By the way, shout out to the T for this video. And also a big shout out to the T, man. She shouted me out the other night. And I just want to say I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, she's good people's put in some pretty good work as far as this carbonation thing goes. And there's a lot of people that put in a lot of good work over the years with this here carbonation situation. But y'all know. It's a sick situation. It's a messed up situation. And then when it's confronted, it's always lied about or deflected or something like that. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. I'm not there to be able to say what's happening and what's not happening. I'll just go off what I see. So with no further ado, we're going to jump into this video that I got from the T, and we're going to see what it do, man. And look, I will tell y'all this. I care less about the whole carbonation situation and what they got going on over there if people choose to be there. But I also know what a weak mind can what a weak mind can do when there's a strong-willed brain focused on them, you know, narrating everything they do. You know, you could twist it like better yet, y'all remember Niza, right? Now, the one Niza would be choice as far as somebody that's going to do whatever you say, whatever you want them to do. You know what I mean? To wait on you hand and foot no matter what, because she a little thrown off. But see, that's also the problem, because Niza being a little bit thrown off like that and so easy like that makes it hard to keep her around when you're not doing everything on the up and up, when you're not doing everything legally. So if they get caught up in a jam, why would I want to have Niza there that she'll spill the beans quick? You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, man, shout out to all y'all, man. And without any further ado, wait, hold up. Something ain't right. Let me see something real quick. Oh, okay. Glad I checked that, or else we would have had no sound at all. And mind you, this ain't really no big show or nothing like that this morning, man. It's just me doing something before I go to work. So thank y'all for tuning in anyway. But let's go. Look, I will explain to y'all what's going on right now. What happened was there was a caller on it. Matter of fact, let's just go back a little bit and I'll let y'all hear some of what the caller's saying to her.
But I don't take it to a space where it's going to be of a detriment. I understand the healthiness of it. For me, I left him in a very safe place with his father.
And what the caller has asked Malia and Aya specifically was being around like Eliana's kid and all that type of stuff. You know, they always got her, they're always taking care of her or whatever. So she asked these two, like, being that you two are the two that left children behind, do you guys ever feel like, you know, you miss your child, or does it bother you that you guys are there watching, you know what I mean, watching another child, taking care of another child? Do you ever feel for your child or feel sad or anything? So that's what they're answering to right now.
And um, boys need to be raised by their fathers, so it's a perfect situation that he has. And so, by me, I feel like by Princess being there, it doesn't make me feel guilty. It just makes me love another part of myself as if he was here, because he is, like, from what we teach, you know? So, yeah.
Look, one of the biggest problems I have is if you're going to try to, you know, you can't whisper with your deep voice, bro. We can hear you in the background narrating stuff. So when you try to say that they make you look a certain way, they make you look like you're controlling them and shit like that. Nah, G, you make yourself look like that. Nigga, we can hear you. Every time they're on video, they're looking off wherever you are, or you're in the background. We can hear you directing the conversation. So when you try to ask them questions in front of everybody, how in the hell do you expect us to take them as the truth if we can hear you basically inserting yourself to narrate what they're trying to say? And then if they don't say it how you want them to say it, you say it for them anyway. So why don't you just speak? So it's not them that make you look like you're controlling them or that you're holding them hostage or anything like that. Check the way you walk. Sometimes people do things and they can't see what they're doing to everybody. They just see what people are doing to them, i.e. a narcissist. You understand what I'm saying? So when you got people, just put it like this. If there's a situation, say it's me and a friend of mine, and everybody keeps saying the same thing about this cat. He's doing this to people. He's doing that to people. Now, no doubt, as a friend, I want to be there for him. I'm going to bring it to him and all that. And if he say, no, that ain't true, then as a friend, I got to take his word, because my friend should never break their word to me, right? But at the same time, if multiple people are saying things about people, especially if they don't come from the same walk of life and don't even know each other, and they got the same impression about a person, then it's not the majority of the people, it's that person 9 times out of 10. You understand what I'm saying? But nobody makes you look like you're this horrible person, or make you look like you're holding anybody captive or controlling anything. That's all you, with this me talk. With this my life. You guys are in my life. You guys are in my world. You guys are doing this to me. It makes me look bad. But then you want us to believe when they're sitting up there saying, I make my own choices. I have my own mind. Come on, man. Think. Now, it's easy to pull that shit over stupidity, but this ain't a stupid man here. Real shit.
I think about him, and that's why when I do videos, I do videos for him so that he can be able to see what
Jay Quill, Turnpike, Ali the Sag, what's happening? Roll a mile, what's up?
What his mom is doing. He'll watch it and
y'all need to start supporting too, man. Hit that Cash App. Look, hold up. I'm not gonna keep saying this. I hear everybody crying and y'all ain't hitting my Cash App. I ain't going live and all that type of shit. I don't do none of that to y'all. So at least support the channel. At least support a real one. And that ain't begging for y'all donations or nothing like that. But at some point, it begins to be a bother, because it's like, man, I come and do this. You know what I mean? In support of all my people. Nobody makes me do this. I do this on my own. But if you enjoy something, you should donate. If you enjoy something, you should support hitting that like. If you enjoy it when you first come in, you should subscribe. You understand what I'm saying? If there's content creators that's doing their part to bring stuff to the audience, then the audience should do their part in supporting. It's not always about donations. But a lot of y'all pass through videos never hitting like buttons. A lot of y'all pass through videos never hitting the subscribe button. I understand if you don't like the channel. But if you don't like the channel, then stop coming back to people's channels you do not like. But I'm like, come on, man. It gets to a point where you get tired of not asking for support, because when you don't, or you say, oh man, it's all good. You know what I mean? The support ain't that big. It's appreciated, but it ain't that big. It ain't no biggie like that. And most people, we're just like society. You tell somebody, oh, we got bags of Doritos over here for $2. Come get these big bags of Doritos for $2. You have a few people go over there, you know what I mean, to get the deal and shit. But but when you say, oh, we got free bags of Doritos over here, everybody and their mama coming for free. That's just how it go.
Think like me, so he's gonna see the videos, and there's a part of him that's gonna understand. When I left my Babylon mom, I understood. I didn't hold no animosity towards her because there's no reason to. She had her own life to live, and so does everyone else.
Okay. All right. Thanks for being honest, Aya. What about you, Malia?
I do think about him sometimes. Like when I'm interacting with Eliana, I can see how she does certain things that he used to do, and I think about him. Um, I just try not to hold on to that because then you go into a space of um, becoming very depressed, and we don't teach that. We teach that we are. And I also did try to get him and try to get him back, but it wouldn't work out because my Babylon sisters, they've created a bond with him that when I do get him, it wouldn't be the same. He would feel.
You hear him? See, you can't tell me somebody has their own mind when you got people leading her conversation. She says something. Excuse me, my damn alarm for work just went off. But she says something, and she's trying to get out how she feels. And usually, when you're in situations like this, when you're asked personal questions, and you're in a situation where you can't necessarily say what you want and talk freely, you will sound like Malia trying to reach for your words and gather your thoughts right, and also play it safe. But when you don't speak the way they want you to speak, then they're in the background. Like, look at Aya right there. She right there in her ear. Look how Eliana looking at her. Now, through this whole conversation, you guys can go back and watch the whole thing. It's about 2 hours and 35 minutes long over there on the T's channel. Shout out to the T. But if you listen through this whole video with Malia, everybody's looking at her like they despise her, and she gets on their nerves and stuff like that because she's not pushing the narrative the right way. Because I find with this girl, one thing I've noticed about her is she's not a good liar. And that's the problem. She can't lie good. So of course it's going to sound like this when she's trying to fulfill you guys' lies, because that's truly what it is. You know what I mean? When she's trying to fulfill you guys' lies and she's not necessarily the good liar, you're going to see a lot of words stepped over, a lot of stutter stepping and all that type of stuff. And that type of shit irritates them because they want her to spit it how they want her to spit it. This is the script, memorize the script. But emotionally, even when people lie, emotionally, they're telling the truth. You can look at somebody, sit there and tell a lie, and then look in their eyes and feel their energy and hear the truth without them even saying it. That's one of these situations. Now, like I said before, I don't give a fuck about nothing that they do over there, but I have grown fond of Malia because for some reason, Malia's story, it hits home for me. Just like when she was in the fight with Eliana. What I tell you guys, Malia fight like she's been fighting her whole life. She's had to defend herself her whole life. Eliana fight like she's been cradled, like she's been spoiled, given everything. You know what I mean? Had her own room with king size bedroom sets and shit like that as a kid. You know what I mean? It was two totally different fights. But Malia, to me, showed a lot right then. She showed a lot to me right then about who she was. And I would have to say my personal pick, if who would be a real victim over there, would be Malia, because they don't never accept her. That's why I named this shit A Home Without a Home, because she's home, but she ain't at home. She's supposed to be feeling like she's at home, but she's not there. You understand what I'm saying? Every time, think about it. Every time Baba G, or my bad, I don't know why I said his name like that, but Nature Boy, throw that shit off. But Nature Boy, every time he get pissed off, or however he want to think, everybody thinks just like him. So if he's pissed off at one person, that's everybody pissed off at that one person. And that can be fucked up, especially when you're the one that's always getting ridiculed, always getting downplayed and yelled at, you know what I mean, and disregarded and everything all the time. You know what I'm saying? In some ways, it's turned into the Malia show, but Malia has been their pincushion. This is who we show our disciplines on and stuff like that, because anybody else, there was no discipline like that. It was, oh, you ain't rocking this way. Oh, you got to go. You up out of here. You understand what I'm saying? What is it about Malia? Because Malia holds too much truth. Malia can really tell people what's really going on, but she can't do that right there. You see it in her face. She's sick of this shit. But watch, I'm getting ahead of myself. So let me play the video so we can catch up on some shit.
I understand, you're on your own path, right?
We've talked to his family. Excuse me, not I. We've talked to Malia's family on many calling them to inquire about her son, but they were stubborn on the fact, and they didn't want to give him. They were like, no, you can't have him. Like, made it hard for her. So it wasn't, it's not like she didn't want to take him or didn't want to go get him or anything like that.
Look, and see, the question is for Aya and Malia. But Nature Boy basically gave her that hint, like, step in and say something. Because Eliana shouldn't be talking right now.
I'm pretty sure that, Mama Aya is.
You hear him in the background still?
Yeah, the situation with my Babylon family was very, very difficult, because they've made a situation around like the system and putting him, having custody over him. So I would have to go through a whole loop of going through the system to even get him back. So it made it very hard for me to even get him. So I just, in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, the universe made it so he's I can't get him back, so I didn't worry about it.
All right. I mean, I understand. I have a child. I will never leave him, but I understand that we all have our own paths, and some people will see it as being selfish. I understand both sides. I understand that you want to fulfill your desire of living in the tropics and being away from this, and some people feel that because you were chosen as a woman, you're a vessel to bring a soul into this realm. And it's your job to raise that soul until it's strong enough to go on its own. So by you running away, or not necessarily running away, but choosing this path and abandoning that soul for somebody else to raise it, some people see it as a way of, is a bad thing to do. So, but I understand there's pros and cons to everything. You have your own path to live. You have your own life. You're going to have to answer for whatever it is, decisions you make at this point. You're very young. And I appreciate you talking and not cutting you off, listening and responding respectfully. I appreciate that.
See, let me say this too. A lot of these places that people call from, y'all got to understand, like even with regular content and shit like that, you got people that are watching from different countries and stuff, and everywhere is not the same. So certain shit that we see, like say we can't stand this shit. Everybody in America can't stand this shit because of what we think of on as far as being Americanized. You understand what I'm saying? We look at this shit, oh, this shit bad. America is not rocking with this shit, but people from other countries see shit different. You know what I mean? They don't necessarily know the walk of America or anything like that. So any content that's going on YouTube, being that everybody's watching YouTube, keep that in mind that people are from other countries. So you might see people agreeing with some shit that you just despise and don't understand why. But not everybody's in the same country. Not everybody follows the same type of programming. You get what I'm saying? So let's keep that type of shit in mind when we see people agreeing with certain shit that we may not agree with. They may come from another country that don't even do things the way that we do things.
And I love myself.
All right, take care.
This is when we get into it, right? Chia. Look, he was waiting for her to get off so he can say this shit.
Like I'm taking you away from your child. I feel like,
You're not though.
but it still comes back on me if you don't explain it well. It makes it look like this is
Listen,
the reason why I'm fucked up now.
listen, I'm me. When you don't explain yourself right, it comes back on me and makes me look a certain way. Exactly. And I agree with you. You ain't never lied. It does come back on you. It does make you look a certain way. And that's the problem, because it wouldn't come back on you or look a certain way if you were really living that talk and that walk. So of course it's gonna come back on you. But I'm always like this, like when he tell everybody they run off and they snitch. Well, can't nobody snitch on something that ain't illegal. Can't nobody snitch on nothing that ain't nobody doing. So you put yourself in this circle that people look at you a certain way. It wasn't because we decided, oh man, he dark skin, nappy hair, or he this and he that. So we just don't like him. We just gonna despise him. But when you come out and you come with the walk that I'm God and I'm the Messiah, what in the fuck you think people are gonna do? People are gonna focus in on you, dial in on you. Oh, you say you're the Messiah? Well, show us that walk. You gotta prove it, man. You know what I mean? People say St. Louis and all that is the show me state. Well, shit, America is the show me country. You got to show motherfuckers. You got to, you know what I'm saying, show and prove. So when you're out here talking about you the Messiah and shit, and we watch the way you walk, you all the way fucked up. Come on, for one, Messiah, if you were the Messiah, you wouldn't have to say it. You wouldn't need to beat on girls. You wouldn't need to control nobody. If they all think you a god over there, then why they got their own problems and go against you no matter what? Like, come on, man. You built this shit. You put shit out there in the open. You put the fight up there. You sat there and fought with Eliana on live. You put these girls on here and embarrass them in front of everybody and then lead what the hell you want them to say instead of just letting them talk for real. Because if they say it a certain way, no, that ain't it. It's this, period. Then why ask them the question if you already got all the answers, pimp? Come on, man. Go play with them minds that don't know nothing. Don't play with me.
You can't just sit there and irresponsibly not explain to these people what's going on. Because it makes it look like I'm taking you from your son. And this is why people hate me now. And it's not.
No, I give him that. My bad. I give him that. I don't believe that he's taking anybody from anywhere. He's just merely throwing the suggestions out there. You tell people they can come, but they can't come with their kid, but you're preaching on some higher level shit. So you put people in a mix where they think, damn, you know what I mean? A weak mind would think, damn, if he the Messiah and stuff like that, and he's asking me to go, do I need to answer that call? Bingo. Messiah, God, all that type of shit. You get a weak mind, especially some of these weak, supposedly freak thinking young people, and they got to weigh the option like, do I go with God or do I sit here and try to do this? Oh, I got to take this chance. What if? It's the what if. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, it's gotten to a point now where I think most people go because if he lets you go, it's an easy shot at being noticed. You understand what I'm saying? It's an easy shot at being noticed. So you get a lot of them that are going to stay there because people do the stupidest shit for fame. We see it all the time, especially women. If you have never looked up how women are treated in the industry, look that shit up, and it'll show you some of the horrible things that are done to women that try to make it in the industry, and they still don't make it like a man. They get done horrible, but at the same time, you will also see that how far these women are willing to go for that popularity and that notoriety.
To do with that.
I understand that. Like, I feel like I've effectively communicated the best way I need.
Nah, you haven't, nigga. No, you haven't. Nah, son. If I was somebody listening out there, I'd be like, yo, this nigga making them leave their kids. They think that I'm making you leave your kids.
not.
No, you gotta do better than that, man. Like you gotta defend me. Like you can't. These people gonna take whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's my whole thing for coming on here is to clear up the vibe. And the answers, the way you answered it, made it seem like you ain't no, like you being held against your will. Or, like the way you answered it, it make it seem funny type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it make me look bad because it's my shit. And it make me
Now,
look like to the public like I took you away from your.
now, you guys ever noticed the difference in the way this dude act with everybody when they're in America and when they've gone somewhere where where people can't necessarily get away, so you have no choice but to come back. You have no money or nothing. He sent plenty of people out there. The ones he don't want to come back, he ain't paying for nothing or anything. He's not giving out no money or doing anything like that. So you keep them captive like that, and they have nowhere to go. They have no means to do anything. They got to go out into another country and basically beg for help or try to get a call back to America, which is not always inexpensive. You understand what I'm saying? Like basically, when they lifted slavery, for those that don't know, when the slaves left and they had their freedom, a lot of them went back. You know why? Because they didn't have anywhere to go. They didn't know what to do. They didn't have anybody to help them. So in turn, they went back to their oppression. Get what I'm saying?
Son, or you can't speak up for yourself, and you don't know how to talk, so you're being held against your will, brainwashed, and y'all, and that's what it's making me look like. Do you understand that? When you sit there looking like the way you're looking right now, like the whole thing you're doing, you can't do that online, man. You can't do that. You can't.
Look, they're irritated with the way this girl looks. They always say something about how she looks and stuff like that. So they're irritated with the way she looks. I just think that she's a freak. So he like that. You know what I mean? Just a little joke right there. But watch how long she sits here without saying anything. And this nigga is getting pissed.
You cannot do what you're doing right now.
She's just being quiet, reading the chat.
I understand. I feel like I'm moving.
This Negro always got to go to the other girls for validation. This dude needs to be validated for some reason. Huh, right? Y'all agree?
People call the cops on me. This is why we end up in prisons and jails. They use this type of shit against me. It's not a game. This is my life. You see what I'm saying?
Listen to what he said. This is how the police come. This is how we end up in jail. No, the police come because of what you do, what you allow on video, because we don't get to see everything, right? So the things that we see on video is what we have to report on. This is what we have to try to slice up. So therefore, all the shit that would bring the police to you, you did, bro. Malia wasn't there when you talked about your son doing things. I understand what you were trying to say, but it was in bad form. That brought attention to you, amongst other things that have brought attention to you. Saying you're God, then finding out you don't even know your birthday or your real chart. You understand what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You do this to yourself. Don't find somebody to blame. That's what you've been doing the whole time. Everybody over there has been blamed one time or another, but it seems like you guys are riding on Malia. Everybody is riding on Malia. Even when you guys are sitting there acting like everything is all good and shit, hell, if it ain't nobody but just Eliana cutting her eyes at her and doing all that shit. And I bet they don't understand why you don't kick her out. You know what I mean? But where I feel for Aya is, I think not Aya, Malia, where I feel for Malia is, I think she's stuck not because he's holding her, but Malia really has nobody. Where is she going to go? She has nowhere to go. Like I said, she's really been through things in her life.
And everything y'all do, whether you leave here or you stay here, what y'all do fall back on me. And it makes me look bad. So if y'all be acting weirdo and y'all be acting like introverts or y'all don't want to talk, it makes me look bad and it makes it look like I'm doing it to you or to the public, make like, look at them poor woman. They being manipulated. They don't have a mind of their own. Like, look at them. And now they gonna use that shit against me, my nigga. Like, this shit is fucked up. Ain't you looking at the situation for what it is? This shit fall back on me. All I'm trying to do is live my life.
Look, victim, narcissistic victim. All this stuff falls back on me. Crybaby ass dude. All this stuff falls back on you. But when everything is going good, it's all because of you also, huh? It's kind of like the same way we always thank God for everything good that happened to us. And when something bad happened to us, we blame the devil, but can't take accountability that it might just have been us being stupid, or might just been us being great. Not saying anything's wrong with that. I'm just saying we're a conditioned people that, and not just black people, I mean everybody in the world have been conditioned to be victim in some way, to point the blame in some way. Nobody wants to take accountability because accountability is not the popular choice. Everybody wants to deflect. You can sit here and argue with somebody all day long. All day long, they don't understand where you coming from until you guys stop arguing. And then the next day, the person come back and be like, man, my bad. I hear what you're saying, because they thought about it. But why we can't think while we're in the action? Same problem this dude got. You don't think when you're in the action. You think for, oh, this gonna get a lot of views, man. We gonna kill him with this. Don't play with me, man. You make your own receipts, right? You make your own receipts and put them out there. Narrative driven type of shit. But the problem with that narrative driven type of shit is that very, very real things happen over there. Now, I'm not going to say this dude is beating on anybody. I don't do hearsay. You know what I mean? I have kind of seen a glimpse of you and Eliana before, but I'm not going to do hearsay. I don't want to throw nobody under the bus. I ain't even going to call you a pedophile, because being that I've walked the line for years, I just don't throw jackets on people without proof. That's just not what you do. So we going to leave it at that. But pay attention to how this dude won't let her be truthful, but wants her to be truthful. That's a fucked up mind game to play.
Yo, when we was talking to each other, you come here, I asked you. He was like, nah, I don't think that he gonna allow that. And I'm like, well, you know what it is. You told me. And he got here, he was like, yo, he didn't even sign a birth certificate. And I'm like, what? You could have done it. Everybody do that. I'm like, all right, well, get him. You know what I'm saying? And instead he explained the whole situation, like, listen, I decided to leave because I felt like his father wasn't going to let me take him. And then, like, explain them for the
That's not,
so people can understand, so people won't make a narrative.
That's not letting her be herself. When you tell people stuff like this, like, see, you should be like, this ain't what happened and such and da 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 da. When you do that to people, you're leading them. You're leading them to say what you want. You're coercing them, in other words.
Oh my, of a negative one, and accept that about me, and then like put that on me, and then use that to tell people like, oh, he's sex trafficking or holding people or making them leave their kids and abusing women. Bro, that's not who I am, and don't allow me to be portrayed that way because of lack of communication, nigga. That's all I'm saying. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm tired of people they got me fucked up, because the truth is, when you came, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I know you might not want to look at that, but you're gonna have to talk about that because it make me look bad. I keep taking the blame for everything that's going on with these grown folks that come here to make their own decisions, and then I get blamed for something that y'all do, and then y'all sit there with the quiet role, and then make it look like it's my life here.
Listen,
oh, man, you came in my life, like, come on.
Listen, I get blamed for it, and this is my life. What do you expect? You tell everybody you come over here to live my life. So what do you expect us to think about the rest of the people there? That they're actually their own people and that they're making the mistakes, or that they're over there living your life like you always say? They're coming into your world. It's my life. It's my way or the highway type shit. But then when they do something wrong, it's them. Like, come on, bro. You can't do that and then say that they're all in your life and they live in the way you live and then you preach that you are me, I am you type of shit. So if they're messing up, then that's you messing up, right? But it doesn't matter when it's on the other foot, unless it's you doing something. Now you do something, that means they all did it because they are you are them, right? Until it goes on, until the page flips over and you got them doing something that people in the comments might take wrong, then there you go deflecting. There you go blaming them, pointing a finger at everybody else in the room except for yourself. You understand what I'm saying? I've never seen this dude take accountability, not real accountability. Usually it's for some narrative type shit. You know, the dude is bipolar as fuck. He come on, he's sorry one day, the next day he cussing the same people he apologized to out. It don't make no sense, man.
Oh, defend me. You know I'm not holding you against your will. You're not here on no, you know what I'm saying? Like you know what people are saying, and for you to sit there and not say nothing, it's like fuck me.
Y'all hit that cash app and support your
Because
boy.
I'm tired of like being misunderstood.
Ali, throw the cash app in the chat for me, sweetheart.
My life where I'm
Thank you.
explaining like the reality of the situation. Whereas when you came out here, you decided to roll out here. You really gonna do that face? Really? You gonna sit there like that with that face? You know what I'm talking about? Don't do that, yo. Why you doing
Peep game. Look, her face ain't changed.
You decided to roll out here.
She always has this face. Look.
Do that face really? The reality of the situation. Whereas when you came out here, you decided to roll out here.
Look, face ain't changed.
Do that face really?
Look, face didn't change.
You know what I'm talking about? Don't do that, yo. Why you doing that?
Malia always make the same face when she's listening, being polite and trying to just pay attention, trying to keep her ass out of trouble. But she always has the same face, the duck lips and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? And the reason why I know that is because it's always irritated me. But now you want to say something about it, and her face hasn't changed the whole time he's talking. So why would you focus in on that? You really gonna make that face? You're deflecting, bruh. You try to insult, make her look bad, make her look crazy. Which, I mean, she is a little throw it off, whatever. But, man, fuck that. Let's just continue.
Why you, like, what you should see, like, come on, man. Like, you really trying to play me right now. Like, you trying to play me right. Y'all see this shit? This shit is crazy. I can't believe you doing me like this right now.
It's not that hard to talk about the situation.
I can't believe this shit you doing this to me right now. You explain to the people.
Don't mind that cash app right there.
I told you to go get them. Explain to people what happened, man. So the people know, defend me.
That's the real one right there. Let's just put up.
Or you gonna let these people think that I'm sitting here keeping you away from your child or took your child or something away from you and all that? Like, tell the people what happened. I'm tired of taking the blame for everything.
But you don't. But you don't take the blame for everything, Negro. You always point the finger elsewhere. You always point the finger at the rest of your crew. You understand what I'm saying? And it seemed like he's slowly pushing the guys up out of carbonation because we hardly see them motherfuckers anymore. You understand what I'm saying? Only time we see them is when they either getting a girl or they getting one taken away. Now that's sad when you loving up on a girl and shit, and then they get taken back, and you got to sit there and watch the. Well, you can't necessarily watch them. Remember, they're not supposed to look at the girls or communicate with the girls. But this is a free thinking place. This is us trying to build a tribe. This is us getting prepared for what's to come in the next 7 years, like you mentioned on ZX channel. This is y'all getting prepared. No, nigga, this is you enjoying yourself on some sick, deranged type of stuff. To the point that, shit, you even got motherfuckers out here in YouTube space acting like you. The fuck?
I told you to get them in multiple occasions. I'm like, yo, well, I even told you to leave. Go back, go get them. You feel me? Like, talk to the people. Because it's like,
She always tells you this.
if you're not gonna speak up, man, I want you to be able to talk for yourself. Like, come on with the cat got your tongue situation. Like, come on, man. Like, these people be trying to put me in prison, trying to say that. You know what I mean? Like, you acting like you don't give a
How
fuck
long
about my life.
how long has Malia been there, and how long have we seen Malia curl up and get quiet when she's put on the spot? And this dude act like that's something new. Hence to why I said she's not a good liar. Because she'll talk. If you let her talk, she can talk. But she can't lie that well. She starts stuttering up and all that. And then that's when this dude gets the problem. What are you doing? You making me look bad. So if every time she open her mouth, it make you look bad, why would she speak? But then she get in trouble for not speaking. Another thing before we carry on, all that disciplining and putting people in the corner, putting people in the closet and stuff, and you can call it what you want, nature boy. Ain't nobody your children. Ain't nobody your children. Yeah, they were babies when you was their age. But nobody's your children to be putting who you say is supposed to be queens and setting the example and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? There's no reason for them to be treated like kids and put in corners and stuff like that, that type of discipline. You understand what I'm saying? If there's discipline and you say you're not a cult, then what are you? If everybody is working and moving one way and this is you and I am you, you are me type shit, then what is it if it's not a cult? Because it's truly not free thinking and free movement and free tribal living out there. The men can't just come over there and acquire one of them wives. One of them wives can't challenge the so-called queen for position, right? Like, come on, man.
Being, and I don't like that. You're supposed to be my friend, my nigga. You're supposed to be like, whoa. I'm here on some shit that I did, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't. I tried to reach out to my folks to go get my son, and they ain't want to give him back to me.
Listen.
And let the people know, like, I supported you. Like, yo, all right, well, look, go get him. Go get him.
When they tried to go get her son, she had already been there for a while. That was way after he had already told her that she couldn't bring her son. And I'm not just going to put it on him because some of these women are weak, and that's understandable because they show that they're weak and they need help. Some of these females, I hate to say it, but probably don't need to be the mother in their son's life at the moment. They need to work on themselves. But coming here wasn't going up. This was going down. This wasn't standing up to your generational curses and defeating what's been holding you back. This was going backwards. You understand what I'm saying? You can't go get your own money. You can't eat your own food when you want to. You can't eat certain things, wear certain things. We don't wear panties. We don't wear drawers. Why couldn't it just be you don't wear underwear if somebody else wanted to wear underwear? Or wear whatever they want, eat whatever they want, think how they want to think. Because the best way to actually build is disagreement, is disagreeing with each other and opening up the floor for the conversation of disagreement to find a common ground. Even if we got to agree to disagree, at least we'll get a true understanding of both sides. Devil's advocate, hashtag devil's advocate.
Yeah. He was on the phone with them for like hella long, like calling them back and everything. Like, that's how they hung up on us. Yeah, they hung up in our face.
You gonna sit there and not say nothing?
I just have a thing about being on live. I just feel like people be watching me, and I get very uncomfortable with that.
So what? That's
get,
what
like,
your job
cracked
is.
up.
Your job is to inspire the public and inspire people.
Her job is to aspire the public and inspire people. One thing, nobody asked none of them to do none of this. Number two, wouldn't you think somebody that's trying to aspire the world, aspire to the people, would actually have already done the work? There's a lot of people out here that has done the work, that are in good position to speak to people, and they do, but they don't like you guys are doing it. Like he said, this is your job. I thought the job was to come to Christ. I thought this was a whole spiritual thing. I thought this was deeper than television and reality shows. but that's her job. She's supposed to aspire to the people. Sounds like a TV show to me. You know what I'm saying? This dude trips over a lot of the things he says because he talks so much. When people talk too much, they're not really saying anything. They just have to be heard. You ever heard them little kids that walk around and won't be quiet because they just found the sound of their voice and they like to be heard? That's what you see with this dude amongst a lot of people on YouTube and in media and stuff. You get a lot of people that always got to be the one talking. Be 5 people on a panel and that person has to talk after every person, and not even after every person. They cut people off. You know what I'm saying? That's that type of shit that this dude does. He has to be the one talking, so he doesn't pay attention to a lot of the shit that he says. A person that's not a liar don't have that much to say because they only speak when they need to speak. You understand what I'm saying? And you can tell when somebody's leading or telling the truth, because you could sprinkle a lie with the truth that don't make it the truth at all. And before I continue, I say that to say this, because there's a lot of things that he do say that he's on the money with, even though it's regurgitated. You know, generations that haven't heard it need to hear it. Not saying it needs to come from this guy. You understand what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is, man.
Light transpires. Anybody that touches you, you're supposed to be inspiring people. You're not supposed to be sitting here like being shy in front of these people. That make me look crazy using you, or you don't have a mind of your own. You making yourself look crazy and making me look crazy. Come on, man. Talk to the people, let them know the situation.
So with that, if they make you look crazy and make themselves look crazy, so we can't flip that on the other end on some of the things you do that make the whole carbonation look crazy, because a lot of the things you do, people judge the rest of them off of your actions, because you guys are one, right? They are you, you are them. Come on, man. Pay attention to what you're saying.
People, what's really going on? Like, I'm keeping you from this.
Oh, weak ass Instagram. Neither that or the internet.
How am I not coming down on you? How am I kind of is?
I might have to cut this early. I got to get to work in a minute, y'all.
You like people putting that shit out about me? You like going out and you like the police pulling up on us, telling us to come investigate us and all that? You like how people think about me? You think that? Do you think what people think about me is true? So why don't you defend me right now?
Look how she said that. No, it's not true. That's a lie. That's a lie. You can tell just by the way she's like, no, it's not true, because he's leading her. You're drilling on her. You're drilling this girl to the point she can't say how she feel because there's repercussions. You know, that camera does turn off. And when you don't see, it's not funny, but when you don't see somebody for a long time, when you don't see them coming up on live, they might have got them hands put on them. Not saying necessarily by nature, boy, but there is women and females over there. We have seen 2 women fight. So, I mean, here's what it is. This dude, this sick motherfucker, he seemed like the type that would have the women jump whichever one he's going through his little shit with. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, y'all go take care of her. They end up whipping her ass, then put her in the closet, come out the closet, go to the corner, got to sit there like she's sitting on an imaginary chair type shit. Torture. Forget discipline. Torturing people. Torturing this girl. You know, you could torture people without all the extra little knives and cutting skin and giving them that little sedative that paralyzes their body, and they can feel everything, but they can't move type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's more than that to torture than just shit like that. You know, there's light torture, heavy torture, medium torture, whatever. It's all torture nonetheless. You understand what I'm saying? Just like anything else. This type of murder ain't no different from that murder. The person's still gone. You know what I mean?
Why don't you defend me right now? Because at the end of the day, the way you explained it was not cool. It wasn't cool. It was like, it was like you sad, like blah, like whatever. I always tell y'all, I'll tell all of y'all, like if y'all want to go, go. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's being held against their will here. Like y'all here, let the people know you here because you want to be here. Like, and I can't get rid of you. You come back. Tell the people what happened with your son. Because it's making me look bad. I guess I gotta take the. I don't know.
So when I first got here, when I first wanted to join Carbonation, I thought I had an issue with my Babylon child father with keeping him and taking him when I came here because I didn't communicate with him. I didn't talk to him. So I thought that it would be a problem if I took him with me. And so I just left him with my Babylon aunt. And then come to find out, my Babylon child father.
Just say biological.
My biological child father, his name wasn't on the birth certificate, so I could have took him with me. I could have had him.
Yeah, because once you got here,
look at this shit.
You told me.
Look at this shit. You want her to talk. You want her to talk, but now you're gonna lead her to what you need her to say again. Come on, man. Y'all, I know y'all see this shit.
Once you got here.
Look.
My biological child father, his name wasn't on the birth certificate, so I could have took him with me. I could have had him.
Yeah, because once you got here, you told me that the father didn't even sign a birth certificate. I was like, whoa, you could have brought him. He could have been with us.
Once you got here, yeah, because once you got here, you told me, just let her say what she got to say. If he let her say what she got to say, then we'll know what's real. But if you keep leading, then how in the hell you think we're going to look at you? You talk about everything coming down on you. You're the blame for everything. Everything comes back to you. Then let them speak. And let them tell it if that's the truth. You shouldn't have to lead them. But you make yourself look bad when you keep inserting yourself like, don't nobody see this shit. Can't nobody hear you talking. Can't nobody hear you in the background narrating everything that's going on. You make yourself look bad.
Plans for what? For what? And what happened when you reached out to go get him?
It wouldn't work. My biological Babylon sisters didn't want me to take him.
And we all seen that.
I already had a situation set up for them to.
But why would they let you take them? Especially take them out there. Anybody in their right mind? If you got custody of your people's child, or you have your you know what I mean, power of attorney, anything. If you have your people's child, why in the hell would you let them? If they want to go? But why would we let you take a child over there? Why would we do that? But on the other end of this whole thing, if you love your child, why wouldn't you have just went home if you're allowed to leave? Because even when they go places and they see family members and shit, who's right there? Right, nature boy.
Have him.
They wouldn't give her child, period. They wouldn't give her. They was like, go talk to.
Cut her off again. You asked her a question, but she can't talk.
Situation. They won't give her son. He's welcome to be here with her. And Aya's situation, they not giving him her son at all. So it is what it is. But you tell the people that so that they can understand what's the circumstance. And I'm not telling you to leave your kids, and then I'm not making you not be with your kids.
In other words, it don't matter if it's the truth. You tell them this. Make sure you tell the people that I'm not doing this. Not me, I'm not bad. I'm not doing this wrong. I'm not telling you not to go to your children. I'm not telling you to leave your child. I'm not holding you captive. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. But everything good is me. This is mine. This is my world. This is my life. Oh my goodness. This should be crazy, man. And to see so many, just put it like this. We got a world of delusional people that can't make the right decision in their life to save their life. You know how many people go and align themselves with the wrong people before finding the right people? It happens daily. People go aligning themselves with people that claim to be righteous, claim to be real, but are not that at all. And the fucked up part is some of these people lie to their damn self. You understand what I'm saying? This is one of them dudes. Fucked up part is there's not just one Nature Boy. Oh, there's multiple ones of him. You can go to Twitch, you can go to YouTube, you can go to Facebook, you can go to Instagram. You can find a Nature Boy everywhere. They're all over the place.
Because it seems like you're not being able to be with your kids, and I'm keeping that from you, and you're sad about that. And I'm not having that narrative about you because that's not the truth. I just want people to know the truth. The truth is, I'm not keeping you here, and am I keeping you here against your will? Do not try to tell y'all to leave all the time. You read Sybil's book. What did it say in there? I'm telling people to leave all the time. Like, yo, bounce, get out of here. People like, nah, Baba, I don't want to go. I love you, da 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 da. Y'all be wanting to stay here. Like, I tell y'all to leave all the time. Like, yo, if it ain't gonna work for you, go, man. Like, go. Go. You know what I'm saying?
But what do they go with? You could tell a motherfucker to go all you want. If you're in another country or something like that, you telling somebody to go and you ain't giving them no money, no way to get out, because you have everything. You have their passports, phones, all that. You keep them disconnected. You guys are all over the internet, but they can't be on the internet unless they right there with you. But you sit on that motherfucker all day. You sit around, eat different food than they eat, and eat multiple times a day while they eat once. You do everything. You and your girl and your child. Which I could say all day, why are these stupid people over there? But you got to understand that these motherfuckers, most of them are fragile people. We know that. And that's who we going to aim for. Now, when I said something about Nyza being fragile and being that one that you could tell to do anything and she'll do it, that's a prime choice of shit like this. Even pimps would pick her as prime choice. Where they wouldn't pick her is the fact that she's too gullible, meaning she's too easy. You put her in a interrogation room and start drilling in on her, it's not going to take long before she starts spilling everything. That's why they don't have her over there, because they need some of that self-thinking of a woman to a degree, because it doesn't work when you just have somebody that you can just tell to do anything, because that means anybody can tell that person what to do and what to say and all that type of shit. Anybody can control a person like that. You feel what I'm saying?
Y'all walk down the block and come right back and call me. How many times you left and called me when you was down the block? You'll go to the Starbucks.
I've had moments. I do want to be here because I had a lot of moments where I wasn't. I didn't deal with my.
Yeah,
my,
he
my
has.
triggers.
Hey man, well shit. Sybil's book kind of stirred up a lot of shit. Truth be told, my bad, y'all. I ain't really looking at the chat because I just caught that comment because shit, I gotta get up out of here in like 20 minutes and I still ain't even dressed. But we are gonna continue later. I'm gonna play a little bit more of this real quick while I throw on my work clothes. I'm still listening, so I'll still stop it and do what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Right, so I
Shout out to all y'all, man, for stopping through this morning.
Because there's nowhere else to go. Like
there's nowhere else to go.
There's no.
Bow, you hear it?
See, when you say
You
stuff
hear it?
like that on live.
You hear what she said? That was truth.
But I came back.
That was some truth. I do leave, but did I not just say that? I do leave, but I come back because there's nowhere else to go. Listen.
Deal with my triggers, right? So I stormed out and I went down the street, but I came back because there's nowhere else to go. Like there's
nowhere else to go. See, when you say stuff like that on live, it makes the people think.
No, it doesn't make the people think. It lets us know what's really going on, like we didn't already know. We know your pedigree, son. Like, come on, keep that shit real in your life for once. You can lie to us all day, but don't lie to yourself. Keep it real with your squad. Keep it real with your carbonation over there. Misinformation TV.
I feel like you don't have nowhere to go. So people be like, oh, Malia, well, you could come here. But I understand. We understand what you're saying, but the people don't understand. If you leave it open-ended like that, then they're going to think like, oh, she only did because she feel like she don't got nowhere to go. But what you're really saying is what?
this is the only place to come to. This is the only.
This is where you want to be. Period. Like that's it. Like I mean,
Did y'all did y'all hear that? Y'all see how he's leading? She still told her truth. This is the only place to go. I have nowhere to go. And he has to lead her to say, this is where you want to be. If this is where she really wanted to be and wasn't there because she really has nowhere else to go, I think she would say that. Not saying that he's wrong. She probably could really want to be there and just don't know how to get that part out the right way. She don't know how to, she's not good at speaking. And we know that too. We know that also. But the way he leads her into just tell them this is where you want to be. So you don't hear them. If they're saying all this, you want us to hear what you want us to hear and not hear what's real. But forget us. What about how you feel? What about what's real in your life? If that's really what she's saying, then why wouldn't you open up the conversation to ask her, why does she feel like that? Why would she say it like that? Is that how you feel? Not, man, when you say it like that, they gonna look at me. They gonna try to take me down. Remember how he did it, Leona? They gonna try to take me down. This is about me. Instead of opening up the conversation in front of everybody and say, okay, well, what do I do that make you feel like I have you stuck or that there's nowhere else to go?
I mean, babe, you got to learn how to talk because when you say stuff, it hurt me. When you say stuff, they're going to use that shit against me. So you got to be careful when you say things because these people will take that shit and make it seem like, oh, she's being held hostage if she's now against her. I'm here to clear the rumors up. You know what I'm saying? And you can't miscommunicate. You can't do that. You got to defend me. You have to tell the truth because the people be getting hit in the head with a whole bunch of lies, and then when they see stuff, it makes it seem
now
like
look what he do when you keep leading somebody and keep saying what they're supposed to do and then telling them you need to tell the truth. That's basically a signal saying what I'm telling you is our truth. Our truth. I bet you he sit around telling them it don't matter what's the truth in this world. It's about our truth. This is our world, my space, my truth.
narrative is one way, like, oh, he got them girls over there against their will. Like, what? Like, I be telling y'all to get the fuck out of here all the time. All the time. Y'all come back because y'all want to be here, period. Like, you gotta let the people know that so they know, like, oh, stay straight because
look, I can't be truthful. Tell the truth. But you guys want to be here, period. Tell the people that. But tell the truth. Word. That's the truth. Like I said, if that's the truth, if it's bliss over there, then don't you think people will be up in arms? Oh, we're out here living the life. We're out here free living our higher self, learning the knowledge, doing the work. Oh, man, we're doing it, man. Salute to you, nature. I can't say the name they want to call him, but salute to you, nature boy. This is our higher self. This is God. But it's not like that at all. It's more sexual, more do what I tell you to do, eat one time a day. If you ain't doing what I'm saying, like put it like this. Most of these people are young, right? Most of these people are early 20s. This nigga like 40 years old, right? So the way I think is you over here corralling all these children. I know they're adults, but mentally they're still children. And that's who he aims for. People that's ready to detach from their parents and stuff because they tired of being told that they can't do this or having their iPhone taken and shit and they 20 years old, not understanding that if your mom and dad pay for your fucking shit, then nigga, you are still a child. They do still have the right to tell you that they're taking shit away from you, even if you're 25, if your parents are still paying for it. So I think like this, motherfucker being 40 years old and a female being 20. Now, this is just opinion. This doesn't necessarily make a person a pedophile or nothing like that. But as far as on a mental level, this is mental pedophilia. Because when you was about 20, they was either just being born or weren't born yet or under 5. They were kids, children, while you were already an adult experiencing life. So then you grab them before they ever get a chance to experience life and try to coach your life to them. It's a sick situation, but I think mentally you can be a pedophile also. Like a mental mind fuck. You know what I'm saying? Being that these people were all children and babies and stuff while this nigga was already an adult out here living life. And now you got them, whether they're over the age or not. No matter what, no matter how much they age, how much they grow, you're going to age and grow the same rate and be the same distance from them that you were at 20 years old when they were first born. That never changes. There's still the distance. If you was a pedophile, if you was 25 and there's a 5-year-old and you were being a pedophile to that 5-year-old, and this is not like law. But I don't, if you're 25 and you was being a pedophile to a 5-year-old, that's wrong as fuck. But what's the difference when that person grows up and turns 20 and you're 40? Aren't you guys still the same distance? I understand maturing and all that shit, but we talk about it on the level of age, right? So I can't get you on the fact that it's against the law that you're sexing up people that's 20 years younger than you or anything like that, which is not even a problem. But mentally, when you got somebody that's a child, that thinks like a child, and you've been through life and you got some smarts to you, because he's not a stupid dude. But you got way more smarts than the rest of them there. So wouldn't you think this would be a mental mind fuck, basically being mental pedophilia? I'm just saying that, and that's just how I feel about it. That's not facts.
It really make me look like on some weirdo shit. Like I'm trying to hold you here. Like, you know how many women is in my inbox? I don't gotta hold no woman here. Like, I love you. Like, everybody, the world knows I love Malia.
Man, y'all support the channel. Hit that cash app for your boy one time. $ DYSE TV 88 in this building.
You gonna stay here? You staying right? Where you going?
There's the real you.
Fuck out. What I look like? Is that my style? Is that
yes?
Me? What I look like?
Look, you can look at her face and tell. Look, you can look at Malia. Her whole action. She's just like, this is some bullshit, man. And she always seems sad, like she really has nowhere to go. So this is where she's at. Because if she leaves, even if she has the right to leave or whatever, who do you see communicating with Malia that she can actually go and get back on her feet with? So she leave here and she go to being homeless? Which I don't think it'll happen like that, because I mean, shit, people have taken care of these females and stuff when they leave here before, and a lot of them have been shady anyway with their own agendas. But I just think that if Malia decided to leave, I think there'd be women backing her up and help her or whatever. I think, because when it comes down to it, everybody see what's going on. We could blame all these people that's over there for anything we want to blame them about. But one thing we do not know is we do not know that situation when that camera cuts off. We do not know what's going on behind that camera, because they're only going to give us what they want us to see. We ain't never seen them walk around the whole house or do none of that. So we don't know really what happens when that camera go off. We've got a peek inside through Sybil's book. You know what I mean? No doubt. But, and I will say this, in many instances, I think that was a player ass move. I think that was a gangster move. If Sybil did go out there, you know what I'm saying, just to get shit, to get this book cheap. You know what I mean? Basically, I can't be mad at her, because if she was on some other shit where she infiltrated Carbonation just to get that information, shit, I got to give it to her. Because she really went and jumped behind enemy lines to get that information. Which I'm not going to say that that's what it was or anything like that. But if that is what it was, goddamn, you need to go get a job in undercover work or some shit. Because damn.
All these women left.
Shout out to Sybil, man.
They wanted to leave. Did I hope they left? They bounced. oh, I feel when you say like I don't feel like I have nowhere to go, these people start to think like, oh, Malia, you can come stay with me, you can come be with me. Like, she's not saying it like that. Explain to them what you mean when you say that. Like, yo, I want to be here with Bob, but there's nothing else for me. Like, he's the only man for me. That's what you're really trying to say. But the people hear something else. Like, you heard that? You heard that? And they're gonna use that.
What do you mean? You heard that? You heard that? Always trying to imitate somebody, but what do you mean? The people hear this. We hear what you guys give us. Don't pull that shit on us like we're hearing something different. We're taking it another way. I know some people do, but come on. Most of the time, we only going off what you guys are giving. But he needs validation. He needs people to say, you're the only man for me. I want to be here. This is the king. Like, he hated when them females was saying, Yakin is God. He hated that shit. He hated how every dude that had women that was doing their little cult thing, you know, how they had their women and how the respect was in their situation. He couldn't stand that. You understand what I'm saying? So he needs these females, like he's telling them to tell the truth, but at the same time, leading them to say good things about him. Most narcissists do that. Most narcissists will play on the people around them. Most narcissists will play the victim. Oh man, y'all don't like me, or y'all ain't supporting me. Y'all not agreeing with me. Y'all don't want to be here. That's all for motive. All for you to come back and say, yes, I do. It's just like kids when they sit there and pout in people's faces, but they won't say nothing because they want somebody to come and say, are you okay? Is everything all right? That's what they do. That's what this dude does. He needs that validation. You know, this is what it is. You want to be with me. I'm the only man for you. And that's what it is. Tell the people. What? I guess that's what I want, people. Yeah, that's what I want. You see the play? You see how the brainwash happens? You see what I mean? I knew I shouldn't have did this fucking live until after work because I wasn't gonna have enough time, and I'm getting charged. Yeah.
Against me, play that, clip that up, send it to the police. When they make their claim, police looking at me like I'm
fuck this nigga, y'all. Hit that cash app on this nigga. Hit that cash app on Nature Boy.
Accusation type shit.
We gonna eat off of him. He want to do dumb shit. Let's eat.
What happened to us in Panama?
$sign DYSE TV 88 for your fam.
Want to know the truth? It's either you my wife and you gonna defend me, or you gonna be my enemy secretly. Because it's either or. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm here to clear my name.
Now it's either you're gonna defend me. You're trying to clear your name.
I usually don't give a.
You're trying to clear your name. He says either you're going to defend me or you're going to be my enemy. Now, I understand if you got a husband and wife, and I understand them defending each other. But I also understand them having the understanding that if I am wrong and you defend me, you will be questioning me about it later. Because if you're really real, then let me know when I'm wrong. Probably not in front of people, but later on after the situation, you need to come to me and check me. If you really love me, if you really down for me, you need to come and check me and let me know, hey, you was wrong on that. And that go for people that rock with me too. All y'all out there that show love, that hit the cash app, that's always on the channel, hitting the like button. You know what I mean? Even new subscribers. You see something that I'm saying that you don't agree with, you can always say something. You can even say it in public, because I'm the type of person that if there's something that somebody says that I'm saying wrong, because I'm not necessarily right about everything, but I will stop and find out why they think I'm wrong. I'm not going to come at you guys talking shit or doing none of that, kick you off my channel or none of that bullshit. I'm going to ask you not because I owe you that, but because if somebody's telling me I'm wrong, I want to know if I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, I want to be taught what's right. Conversation is everything. Dialogue is everything. So don't nobody ever feel like when you come to my channel that if you say something to me, I'm gonna dog you out or do any of that shit or kick you off my panel like a whole bunch of motherfuckers be doing. But everybody get on here talking about their one way on their channel. But as soon as you get on there, oh, this is an open channel, but you can't have an opinion. Man, this is open opinion channel, but you can't have an opinion against me. We got to stop doing that dumb shit because we get nowhere like that if everybody thinks they're right and nobody's willing to dialogue in order to come to some understanding of what the truth is. Just because you think you know everything doesn't mean that everything you say is the fucking truth. Now, it's easy to believe that we know what we're talking about because if nobody ever contested. So when you got a bunch of yes men and all that around you that agree with every fucking thing you're saying, that's detrimental to you. Because then you're going to walk around looking like the fool, thinking you know everything, and then come across people that actually know some shit, and it ain't going to get you nowhere. Because usually the people, the yes men that's sitting around you is the people that don't have nothing going on. These the type of people, this the type of person he is, and those the type of people he needs around him is yes men and yes women. I'll give them that. You built your own world. People came to it. They got to deal with what they got to deal with. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. That's your world. And that's what he defends it on. This is my world. This is my space. So if it's his world and his space, then that means he can lead it and run the narrative any way he wants. I think hold on. I ain't looked at the chat in a minute, but I think Fundi Fee said he's always moving the goalposts. Exactly. Because he says it's his world. This is my world. So he can move the goalposts, change the rules, change everything anytime he wants. You know what I mean? And and most narcissists don't think they're wrong. They don't. Ever.
Think about me and let them think what they think. But I'm in a mode right now where I'm opening up my heart and telling people the actual truth about the matter of what's going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it make me look like the bad guy. You know, I like being a bad guy, the bad one. They don't like me or well. But what I won't do is you think I'm a pedophile, you think I'm hard when I'm dancing with my child, you think that
yeah, nigga, because
his they will.
Another thing before I get up out of here, and then we gonna finish. I'm gonna come back with a part 2, and after work and finish up. And I ain't gonna make a promise, but I'm gonna try to come back with a part 2. I'll just be tired after work, man. I've been putting in a lot of overtime this week. That's why I haven't been live, but I have been checking out everything that's been going on and checking out everybody's channels and stuff. And man, you know, there's been a lot going on, some fucked up shit, but a lot of y'all I've seen stepping your game up, man, and getting, you know what I'm saying, bringing out your real talents and shit like that, man. I salute and support all of you. You a content creator, man, do your damn thing. I don't have to agree with people's content to still support my coworkers. Y'all understand that? Real shit. So salute to everybody that's out here trying to get it in.
What kind of weirdo shit is that?
Now she's a weirdo.
Y'all call in and talk to her, man.
That's what we gonna hold up on.
A lot of callers, man.
That's what we gonna hold up on. Where we at? We at marker 150. We gonna hold that up, and we gonna come back in here and see what the callers got to say to Malia, because there's some pretty good shit in there. I'm pretty sure you guys seen it, but you haven't seen it with the DYSE. You feel me? Anyway, man, I'm about to get up out of here, man. Go hop in this big ass semi truck and go do my due diligence as an essential worker. Yeah, that's right. I never stopped working through the whole pandemic. We was never off. We had to be out there on the front lines dealing with it. And we deal directly with people. Not only that, in Phoenix, there's a lot of snowbirds and stuff that leave for the summer, come back after the summer. So with one of my jobs that I have, I deal with these people at their homes a lot. My local job, not my on the road job. I got 2 different jobs. You know what I'm saying? I do the long haul and I do local shit when I'm at home. But my local job, I got to deal with customers face to face daily, constantly. Yeah, we had to be out there when it first kicked off. And not only that, we're mostly up in the elderly area. So you know how thick that could get. But them older folks up there, they ain't give a fuck. You wasn't telling them to go in the house. You wasn't telling them to unleash their guns or none of that shit. They hitting the golf course at 5 a.m, no matter what the fuck virus is out there. You feel what I'm saying? But man, before I get up out of here, man, y'all don't be too shabby on me, man, and hit that cash out for your boy to support the channel. We're gonna start getting that support going around here. And people can say what they want. Oh, he asking for money. Yeah, because I do work. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I ask people to support the channel now because we do work. We do our thing over here, and it's different than everybody else and what they do. Not saying everybody else do the same thing, but if somebody's unique in their style and what they do, y'all should support that. So any other channel holders that you guys see and y'all think they're hella good and all that type of stuff, even if you want to hold the donation that you're going to put over here and go put it somewhere else because you probably should have donated to them a long time ago, go do that. We got to start supporting each other. You can ask some of my donators if I've donated back to them. They'll tell you, yeah. Sometimes they look in their Cash App and I've sent my supporters donations. $5 here, $10 over there. I might see somebody in the chat complaining about things that's going on in their life or something like that. And if I have their Cash App because they've already supported me, I'll end up sending them something. We got to support each other, y'all. It ain't necessarily about let me get rich off of people that don't really have nothing. No, I got to support y'all just like y'all support me, just like I go around and support other content creators. We keep that money cycling through our community. So everybody's taken care of. You understand what I'm saying? And new people that come in, they follow suit and we build that way. Because I can go to people's channel all day and say, oh, man, that channel fire. Oh, that channel fire, man. He's spitting the truth. But that dude is putting it down. So support that dude just like people are showing up. So the subscribers should be supported back, whether it's giveaways, whether it's donating to people back or whatever. But we should, you know what I mean? You treat those how you want to be treated. So I support those because I want support. It's fair. There's nobody getting hustled and nothing like that. People should just support each other. It doesn't matter who. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I look at some of the, like some of the people I rock with. I might see somebody that be over here donate to them, but didn't donate to me. Shit, they did donate to me because they donated to my people. They donated to somebody I rock with, somebody that I network with, and somebody that I'm growing on YouTube with. So a donation to my partner over there, man, is supporting me because what's good for my people is good for me. What's bad for them is bad for me. So I'm not hung up on that type of shit or where people need to go, where they need to donate or anything like that. All I'm telling y'all is start supporting channels, start supporting people because YouTube, anybody that's on here talking about, oh man, I get this monetization money and all that, and none of they videos don't even be hitting over 1,000 or only 1,000 to 3,000 every video. They're not making that much, especially if they're cussing and doing all that stuff on their video. They only get partially monetized, which means you're only going to get pennies on the dollar, if pennies. So why people think that they're monetized, they don't need no money, it's wrong. It's a 360 deal. You guys have to support people. You guys have to support your content creators that you rock with and say you support. Real shit. Just like content creators got to show that they respect their people and all that and support back. Anyway, man, that's all I got on this one. We're going to come back with part 2 when I get off. You see, when I start talking about support and what's righteous to shit, how many people dropped up out of here. You know what I'm saying? But I'm serious about that, man. You guys got to support your people. And with that being said, man, I'm going to leave y'all with something and then we out.
Fellas, I'm going to tell y'all some G-ass shit. It don't matter how much you want to cap flaws and fake. A lot of these hoes, bro, and I know this because I'm a female. I know how females talk. I know what a bitch be sitting around saying with their homegirls, young or old. A lot of these females, man, their mindset is to get with y'all and make you take care of them. Get all that they can get out of you. And the minute they ain't getting what society or what they homegirls or what they mammy told them they should be getting out of you, they'll fuck over you, use you, take you for all you got, or at least try to, or use a baby as a pawn to control the way the fuck you move because they couldn't control you. Y'all got to understand, when you run across females with a different mindset, where they genuinely care about your well-being, where they give a fuck about submission and allowing their man to lead, where they give a fuck about actually, doing and buying for you and spoiling you the same way they want to be spoiled, that's a real bitch, boy. You better keep on your team. Who you faking, trying to act like all these hoes got this type of mindset?
Lights, cameras in action, glamour, glitters and gold. I unfold the scroll, plant sees the stamp, be the glow.